Shalom. First of all, I'd like to start by giving all praises and glory due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakar Kadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of the Great Millstone, and salutations to the Archeum doing this work in sincerity and in truth. Look, man, what we got here is another article, just to prove that the so-called white man is a liar and a devil and king of hypocrisy. Right now, they got that narrative or propaganda against the Hebrew Israelites saying that we're terrorists when we ain't committed any crimes of terror, and neither do we intend to, because we're not, we're not interested in harming anybody or anything like that. We don't believe in doing that because that's not our belief. But right now, the so-called white man's Esau's social media and news are propagating lies that we have intent to do so, which that's a complete lie. And we refuse it, all right? And there's no such thing as brothers going out there and, harming people maliciously, all right? Because we're a spiritual group and we remain humble according to the scriptures. Now, just to go back into the topic, this article really shows how much Esau is a hypocrite, because here it is. He points the finger and calls us so-called terrorists, when here it is in this article, it's highlighted that he is funding terrorism. All right, now this is the U.S. says the U.S. military contractors sued for funding terrorism in Afghanistan with protection payments to Taliban. All right. So they're giving protection payments to terrorists, all right, in which that money is obviously funding who they claim to be terrorists. Now, scrolling down, which we know that Esau does that anyway. It's a known thing among so-called truth groups, especially if you keep on watching Russia Today. Often it's always spoken about how the U.S. is always funding terrorism, all right? And those that people are in the know are aware of that. Anyway, reading on the article, it says bribes paid by international military contractors in Afghanistan were used by the Taliban to fund attacks on companies that didn't make the payments. According to a lawsuit filed by families of those injured or killed as a result. All right, so people are dying as a result of that funding by Esau. Scroll down. It says an employee of the U.S. Embassy in Kabul referred to the payments as organized crime. All right, that's why Esau is known as Edom, which Edom means red. You Edomites, you so-called white people, you're red because your blood doesn't show forth. Your blood shows forth through your skin, all right? And you lack pigmentation. That's why Esau was named red, all right, because of how he was born. Nonetheless, it's synonymous with a crime or the word crimson. That's where you get the word criminal, all right? In which the mark which was set upon you Edomites goes back to your criminal family early history, which goes back to Cain, which the mark which was placed upon Cain was the mark of having so-called white skin today. All right, biblically known as leprosy. All right, Esau is a clean leper. Okay, according to biblical law. So that mark or that curse was fulfilled with Esau, all right? And Esau is that criminal, that fugitive, that vagabond that the Bible speaks of. Now, it said an organized crime, according to the suit, which seeks unspecified relief for their families under the Anti-Terrorism Act. Here we read another paragraph below. It says anywhere between 20 and 40% of the funding for major projects like the Kijaki Dam and the portion of the Ring Road went into pockets of Afghan militants between 2009 and 2017. You know what? I'm going to jump down. There was something I wanted to... All right, this is what I wanted, the paragraph below. It says, some government estimates show the Taliban strength in 2019 greater than at any time over the past 18 years of war. What's that telling you, man? ESO's continued to fund it from the beginning to the end. All right? It became greater. Where's the claim of these terrorists and, you know, countering terrorism when you're really funding it, man? And the article says greater than any time over the last 18 years. So there's an agenda. You're associates, man. War that claimed the lives of more than 38,000 Afghan civilians, 2,400 US soldiers. I know. So they're making a profit by this, man. And who's always funding at the top of the funding of these wars? You Amalekites, man. You Edomites. You so-called Israelis, right? Who own the banking industry. All right. U.S. soldiers over 2 trillion in taxpayer funds. So that's where your money's going to, man. To fund murder. All right. So this was just an article just to express the hypocrisy of Esau. And this is one precept, Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they are born, speaking lies, man. And Esau, that's one of his devices, speaking lies. And pretty much today, you click it, you see it, and you believe it. And, you know, propaganda is on complete steroids. And Esau would like people to believe or control, which he can. He has every device and authority and power to control people's minds and get them to believe that which is not true. And we know it not to be true. All right? Us being terrorists and so forth, man. They have an agenda. But the point is, it's proof that which we speak against Esau, which is highlighted in this article today, that he is a liar and a hypocrite, man. And the Lord's going to do away with this damn devil. So with that, I hope your brothers were edified. Until the next video, I'm going to say shalom.